All right, 4 ways I think Cassidy can do to win the battle. One, I don't think Cassidy, I'm not looking for Cassidy to necessarily win this battle. If he does, great. If he doesn't, so what? But I'm really just looking for Cassidy to improve from the goods battle. I think Smack and the URL recognize that it's been a while for Cass when it comes to like battle rap, especially now. But it's clear that he's talented. So what I think that they're doing is that they are building a real threat, a real star in the game here. Of course, he already has star power. Of course, he's going to rock those face-offs, and he does have talent. But I think there's ways that he can tweak that and adjust it and become a more modern-day battle rapper, and all of a sudden add an extra element to the URL, which I like. I love that. So here's how I think he could do that. Number one, focus and direct the material towards Arsonal. I just heard in the 15 Minutes of Fame interview, Danny Myers said that Cassidy has definitely focused the material towards Arsonal, and I think that's going to make a vastly big difference in his crowd reaction and just how he's perceived when he's going about rapping. A lot of times in the goods, he would kind of veer off and talk about other things, which was cool. There was a lot of gangster shit in there. The Jack Eyes Grew bar, the other accolades, and he would get on and talk to him about himself, and that kind of stuff was cool too. But he never really kind of tied it back to goods, and it was just kind of like out there. It was just kind of like, I don't want to say statements, but it was just kind of like, I guess it was kind of statements. It was just like, okay, that's cool. But, what about the guy you battling? You got to actually go at the dude, you know what I mean? And, he would eventually get back to it, but I think he veered off a little bit too much. 2, trim the fat. The second thing he needs to do is he has to trim the fat on his rhymes. He has to trim the fat. I heard in his last battle, he had 5, 6, 7 rounds prepared, and only gave 3. I would love for Cassidy to take the time to just condense the material into 3 rounds. Focus on 3 rounds. We don't need 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. Focus and condense 3 rounds. And I think if he does that, if he combines all the little nuggets he had in rounds 1, 2, 3, and then in the songs, which he said were from his extra rounds, 5, 6, 7, those rounds are way different, and it gets a way bigger reaction because they become more dense and become more potent. Number 3, just pander to the crowd. There's going to be over 1,000 people in there, and you have to take advantage of that. So that's kind of a different element to battle rap than I think Cassidy is necessarily used to right now. But I don't think it's necessarily going to take him too long to get acclimated to it, just because he's been up there. He can develop a little bit of crowd control. Part of that is, doing things like swear to God, asking the crowd questions, using old raps that the crowd recognizes to get them to repeat you while you rapping, keeping them engaged. You know what I'm saying? Using a common theme through every which round that they can repeat every time you rap it. It keeps them engaged. The crowd wants Cassidy to win. You know what I mean? So people want Cassidy to win. They want to see him do good. They don't want to get neglected up there and just watch him rap, playing the whole time and just straightforward to arts. They want to see that engagement with Cassidy. That's what people are coming there for. That's a switch up. It's more entertaining. And I don't think that it's as difficult as coming up with some of those creative bars. It takes some time away. It gives the crowd a chance to breathe and then get back into your material, right? So that's number 3, just pander to the crowd. 4, using the accolades effectively. I think Cassidy has a unique angle as a battle rapper that others don't have, and that's the industry success. That's worldwide success. Using that in a battle can be kind of a gift and a curse, because while it's effective against the battlers, sometimes you can neglect and isolate yourself from the crowd. So use it effectively. As long as you use it effectively, use it creatively, the crowd's going to rock. The crowd's going to cheer for it. You know, little one-liners here and there goes a long